Are you a parent of a wrestler and you want to help your child achieve the most they can out of the sport? You want to make sure they continue to enjoy wrestling. You want to make sure you don't make them quit. You don't push them too hard, but you also push them hard enough where they can accomplish their goals. I want to talk to you guys about what I've learned as a coach, observing different parents, seeing how different kids react, and hopefully the insight I can give you from this video will help you to become a better parent coach, all right? The first thing, and this is probably the biggest thing, every kid is different. And I think that's just a general parenting thing. For example, I am one of 8 children. My parents treated us all equally, which is great. But they also treated us the same. And what I mean by that is, punishments were the same. The way each kid was raised was very similar. But why did everybody end up very different? Some had more success, some had less success, some ended up on different paths than others. Very wide range, but the parenting was very similar. And my conclusion from that is each kid needs something different. Each kid is unique. Each kid, based on just their personality, not just on your parenting, will react differently. So if you have multiple kids, treat them as different. All right? I think there should be consistency in your parenting, of course. It shouldn't be unfair. So as a parent, really observe as you're continuing to, help your kid, observe how they react and see what does better. Similar to coaching, like when I coach kids, one kid might want me to almost yell at them, hey, let's go, get them fired up. Another kid might want me to talk more calmly. One kid might like me saying more positive things. One kid might want more critiques. So as a parent, make sure you continue to learn. You continue to learn with your child. You've got 1, 2, whatever, how many kids you have. It's your job to figure out how they react to certain things and how to best treat them. Now, some general things that I think I do as a coach that you can do is, one, you can be the parent that stays out of the coaching fully. And I've seen a lot of people have success with that. Like the parent goes like, hey, talk to the coach about that. Like you need help with that, you talk to coach about that. It's just an encouragement side, which I think does very well. Like, they hop off the mat, hey, you did a great job, just totally encouragement, nothing else, not really critiquing, leaves it up to the coach, okay? If, you have a wrestling background and you feel like you can help them out and you want to critique them, make sure you're doing it, one, at the right moment. So I think you can always wait. So if they just lost a match, you don't have to jump on them right after the match. You can wait a couple days, write it down. I know you want to tell your kid right away because you might forget, but write it down, whatever advice you have, and you can talk to him at a time where he can actually absorb that information, right? Number 2, balance critique with something good, right? Hey, your single legs were looking really good. Like you were super aggressive out there, your shots, your single legs, your attacks were looking amazing. The one thing I did notice is, I think you got caught in this position. I think we should work that. So balancing a little bit of like good and critique and kind of making it even, or even pushing more good. Because you want them also to think about the good things. Like that will help them get better too. If they know, oh, I need to do more of that good stuff. More of the good stuff, less of the bad stuff, right? Or fix that position. If you don't feel like doing the critique like we talked about, but you have ideas, you can send them to the coach. Hey coach, here's a little video of my son wrestling this past weekend. He got caught in this situation. Can you go over that position with them? So then you can essentially talk to or get the information to your kid that you feel he needs, but you don't have to be the one delivering the information. I think when a kid is on the mat, in general, what I've seen is stepping away and letting the coaches run the practice is generally better. Now, if your kid is like acting up or misbehaving a lot, I think like telling him to come over to you and disciplining him, you are the parent, you can do all that stuff. I think that's totally fine. But I think a lot of times it just adds additional stress and they may want to quit the sport if you're over top of them during the practices a lot. So allowing them to have their own time to wrestle well. Normally, like when a parent is less on top of them, they'll have a little bit better of a practice. But I know you want to enjoy watching your kids, so that's totally fine. And it's tough. Like if your kid's running in a circle in the corner messing around, you're like, dude, come on, focus up. I get that. But in general, what I've noticed is if you stay away from the coaching side, this is probably in any sport, and you let your kid wrestle, yes, if you're on top of him, he may get more out of that practice. He may be more focused. But in the long run, he needs to learn how to listen to orders from the coach, right? He needs to learn how to perform without his parent being there or her parent being there. I currently have a 2-year-old and a 1-year-old, so as I continue to learn, I will continue to give you guys more feedback. But those are some of the things that I've seen, some of the advices that I've would give to somebody. They're still a little bit up in the air, but I don't want to give you guys stuff that I don't believe in.